We are like a million people, but one person comes and plays to our prejudices, plays to our clanism, plays to all these things that we do not know we have. And then we listen to that person, and then we think that person is actually helping us. When all that person is doing is canceling other people. This is how Kenyan politics has been run from 1963, I am afraid to say. So I agree with you, Tony, that anybody who comes and says that Maraga, who was actually stood out for us on a totally different set of principles, is forced now, because he wants to become president, to bring down his principles to go and accept people who are supposedly going to bring him the numbers. It does not make sense. And if the Gen Z cannot break this vice, Wamunyoro came and gave us the numbers. He said 8 million people did not vote. And he says 90% of those people are young people because they did not believe in all those people who were brought before them. Now, what I expected Wamunyoro to tell me after that is, how do we get these people to vote for a candidate who we have already seen he has decided to take an ideal first before a political position. He said, if I am given a chance to lead, then I will lead the country according to the law. That is his ideal. You don't need anything else. Because the biggest problem we face here, you see, when these politicians take over, there are conduits within which they can do what they're doing. And that conduit is because they bend the law. That is why hujaiona mtu mwenye ameiba pesa juu ya corruption na amewahi fungwa. Kwa sababu they've bent the law. How do they bend the law? First they come, they bribe you. That is already, wewe mwenye unakubali hiyo bribe, you're already within the mix. Because if the law was to catch up with you, both of you would be jailed. So one of the things that Maraga is going to face is the fact that everybody in Kenya here would rather bend the law than follow the law. That is already a big, big problem for Maraga, even as he throws his hat into the ring. But we have a chance to break this vice by ensuring that this guy comes in. And there's another question that was asked, that the leadership starts from the local level, the MCA, the MP, the senator, the governor, and then you come to national politics. That we need to ensure that these people are also the people who follow the law. There is one denominator. They have to follow the law. Even if somebody comes and bribes and becomes a governor, if the EACC and the DCI are supposed to do their work according to how the president has told them to do their work, these people will be brought to book. They won't be able now to get a chance to do these things they do. So let us get things right the first time ever in Kenya. Let us not let these leaders be the people to tell us what to do. Let it be us who tell them what to do. We can change this. Thank you.
Yes, it's my time.
Thank you, Pinches, just 1 minute. I want to solidify my point. I want to challenge even the other side. There were Munyoros that want us to unite to take Ruto out. Why don't they join us? I leave you with that quote. Whatever you think you can make, whatever you make of it. Why didn't they join us so that we take Ruto out, not us joining them?
So I think I've been listening keenly to submissions from each one of you. And at some point, I felt that we are not taking the right trajectory, as Tony said, because the essence of us coming together and thinking around what we can do as Kenyans is to think around getting good governance. But again, you realize that regrouping is not articulating to that fact that we need to get good governance. Instead, it is just coming together in the essence of removing the person in power, which Tony echoed that it is a personality. Instead of looking at the structural thing. So the thing here is good governance. And the agenda here should not be people regrouping as per the ethnic groups. Instead, they should group as per how we can attain good governance. I usually echo the young generation, that's the Gen Zs. Because at some point, they were almost achieving their objectives. And the reason why they were able to get that mileage is because they were not aligning themselves to ethnic groups. But again, when you come here, you get somebody saying that we people from this region should align with this region for us to remove this region, then we are not getting it right. Because the point here is that we should be looking at that person who has good governance attributes that can help us salvage the country. The politics of numbers is what we need to eradicate in this country because it has been an issue that has been really failing us. I heard Wamunyoro saying that politics is a game of numbers. It is true. But that notion has really betrayed this country to date. Because we might be having good leaders from very minor communities, which do not have enough numbers that you are articulating over. But they'll not get mandate to work out their skills to this country because of the said numbers. The Kenyan problem is not even, is not a personality, it is governance. And the governance comes with how we think as Kenyans. We need to think differently. Let's avoid the outdated politics of Mtuwetu, because if I listen to how people articulate in several forums that I attend, I realize that people are still thinking around, this person hails from my community, this person voted for this community, we need to vote for this community for us to punish the other community. That's not a mindset of someone who wants to help this country get the right trajectory. Let's think around what is the problem with our country. The problem is governance. The problem is not a personality. The problem is a structure. So if I get someone arguing over numbers and Mtuwetu thing, I feel tired and I feel at some point we still have a long way to go for us to attain the objectives that we intend to attain as Kenyans. Thank you.
Pinches. Just
Sure.
the next piece, I just give me just a moment, kindly. Let me say something. What Pinches? Politics can be a game of numbers, yes, but a game of numbers based on ideology. Somebody could come from a minority group, yes, but with the numbers, because people back him up, because of the ideology that he has, that would be fine. And that is why at the beginning I said, unless we remove ourselves, which we should, from the tribal alignment when it comes to politics, we are going nowhere with these things. That is the beginning of everything. And actually, there is a point that you say, why must somebody look for another group? Because I believe a group of goons can unite to remove another goon so that they be on the governance. So it's not about removing somebody. It's about what you are saying, ideology, good governance. Yes, it could be numbers, but numbers based on ideology. For instance, we say Maraga is fine. He's going to make a good president because he's going to abide by the rule of law. Now, let us, as citizens, give him the numbers. It is okay. But when it is based on numbers, aligned on tribal bit of it, it becomes something else, which to me, I don't like it. Personally, I don't like that. But anyways, people are different.
Yes. Good morning.
Okay. Can Trendy talk and then I think I'll talk after you. Thank you.
Now I've been voting from 2018, and I think my candidate, but I'm okay with that. Even this 2027, if Maraga goes all the way to ballot, whether I'm alone, whether he has coalition or not, I vote for him because I know what he stands for. So always I don't talk about me. I talked about me. So if I vote, do you lose? And I at back of my mind, I know I chose a correct candidate. I'm okay with it. I have a weakness of going to street, making wrong decisions. Don't always go to street. So first I sit down, I do research, then I go to ballot paper, to polling station, I vote for the correct candidate. I don't always talk about, because I don't vote for somebody who is trying to give me money. I've never used even a 50 cent. So when you are making decisions, don't always talk about me. Talk about, so that at the end of the day, when things goes wrong, you don't blame others. And I cannot blame Ruto because people voted for him. Actually, people gave Ruto only 10%. Which is them at Aiba hiyo 40%. Raila, Aiba what. It is people who make If you get around 58%, yani 48%, unaweza iba the remaining one. Now, the problem of this country is we, Kenya, not leaders. You know the background of somebody, you vote for him because he has a big coalition. Automatically, at the end of the day, before even that person start working, you know the outcome. Why are you complaining? So even this complaint that we have here, we should just sit down and make a correction. For me, already I have 2.9, which automatically, whether you do what or what, I'll vote for. If one goes to ballot, but number one is Praga, number two, because they have demonstrated how they can implement the constitution of 20. This country just needs a person who can, a leader, a president who can help everybody to implement the constitution of 2010. So everybody has his or her opinion. My opinion, I don't always talk about we. I don't always go to rally for politicians because those places they are just abusing, so they don't talk about ideology. Sit down, go through your profile, do research about you, where you have worked, what you have done. At the end of the day, I wake up in the morning, I go and vote. Whether you have received only my vote, I'm okay with it. I'll always be happy because I voted for correct. That is always my policy. Thank you, guys.
If I take on that, I won't take a lot of much of your time. I think everybody's just on the right track. But the biggest question is like, you can vote in the best person to be the president of Kenya today. But now it comes to another question. You can give me the job with the wrong tools. Yeah, you give me the job, now I have it, but do you support me the system, the tools now? And I think like we can start talking about voting the president in, but is our system working? Because when it comes to politicians, Kenyan politicians behave like pigs. It's only, you can go find somebody putting cows, goats, and sheep together, and nothing happens. And when it comes to pigs, you can't keep pigs with other animals. And remember, our politicians behave like pigs. So finding somebody out of the system and bringing him in with wrong politicians around him, he is going to fail because these people are blackmailers. The system is rotten to the point like you just need to be with people around you, to hang around with you for the system to work. So that's why I can say, as long as you are focused up there, can we vote in our president, get the president the best MPs to hang around with him, to make laws for him, to legislate in anything soberly, without just being in a certain, they behave in a burglar manners at times. So, and you come down, I can take you back a little bit. I think the millennials, when we were coming up, more time, I think the tribal level we are in now wasn't there. What really made Kenya to be so tribal is the constitution. That's the key thing that made Kenyans to come and learn about many things. And now you find out people are fighting within the borders for government, counties to counties, fighting over small things. Because I can remember the idea of bringing the county governments was really pure, but sasa the intention of people governing and managing it is not really clear. And I think for our system to work, first, before we think of voting of the president, we should think of the changing of the older members in parliament. We look at our county government, how it behaves, because the system was brought for mwananchi, but now it's working for leaders. Somebody's 100% sure that if I get elected, no matter how much I use, within 1 to 2 years, I'll be having my money back. So people who we vote in, they're running the government as a circle where they can launder their money how they want. They can take the loan the way they want. They decide who takes what and who runs with what. And I think such like things at times can block the whole system. And the blame always go to the top guy. But you blame the top guy, not knowing you gave him wrong soldiers down here. So I think when we are talking about all these things, I think we should just look at it soberly, because bringing a new face is a good thing, but the support is the bigger picture than he's just a manager up there. But managing pigs sometimes can be a hard thing. So to look around everything, we should start from the grassroots, going up there. I have no what to add again. Thank you.
Good. The villager, how are you? Good morning. Welcome. Yeah, Pinches, you were around. Before villager unmute. And we can hear from Pinches. Guys, naona watu wameanza kwenda Jesus winner. Personally, I said that me as Dawak, I'll be joining Dr. Maraga in the course of the day. Mimi siendi kwa mambo ya Mwai. I'll be with Dr. Maraga pale hapa mahali tunaita Kenyatta University SDA. Kanisa ilianza saa 2 mpaka saa 10. He'll be having a mentorship program there. So if you want to join him, you can join me, tuende pamoja. So when wanatuuliza about hiyo mambo ya Jesus Winner Ministries, mimi nilikuwa nimesema hapo mbeleni that I'll not be part and parcel of what will happen. I want to take part there.
Then I want to.
Villager.
Where are they going there?
Yes, Rico, people, Waithera, how are you? Nimekuona huko chini. Nimeona watu wanaenda, but mimi siendi.
Hii kitu nilikuwa nasikia wakisema they want to occupy.
The villager.
Yes, they want to occupy.
Oh, it's kind of like something to people to get excited over.
I don't know. Sielewi the way forward. Nini watu wanataka? Juu at the end of the day, you know, we'll occupy that church aita simamisha Ruto kunini kupora. I don't know. Sielewi.
Hata mimi sielewi, nimeisikia ikiwa inakuwa across the week. I think they said they would go to the church. Maybe they should go and present a petition to the church, not really to cause havoc, because that one will play into the hands of the administration and they'll come off the worse for it.
What I'm sure is that the officers there already. That I'm sure.
That church iko wapi, by the way?
You know, we are losing direction. What are we fighting for? What are we fighting?
Different according to the law.
Now, hizo ni covert operations ku render the movement useless, because watu wanazichampion na kuzipush. I really doubt their true intentions.
Guys, me, I'm fighting for this country, but I'll not be part to fight church. I'll not take part to fight church. Kanisa ipigane na wenye wako na nguvu ya kupigana na hiyo mambo ya kanisa. Mimi niko na nguvu ya kupigana na Ruto na Rao na wanasiasa wote wenye walikuwa wakati wa Moi. Hao ndo mimi nashikanisha kupigana na wao. So kama wewe unataka kwenda namna hiyo, we can excuse you. Watu wanapatana hapo Roysambu, but jamani, tufungue macho. Hatuendi kupigana tu kama watu wajielewi. Hii vita pia tusipigane kama mafala. Haya, kuna mtu ana kitu ya kuongezea? Walienda wa show tufungue baadaye. I thought that villager ana kitu. Tony, are you here? Oh, unaona kuna watu libeora hapa. Beatrice Budhia. Beatrice, you can talk to us, our sister.
Hai,
Yes.
hata mimi nguvu niko nayo ya kupigana ni ya good governance. Stori za kuoccupy church saa hizi, no. So I think I was here before, if you remember. And what you said, my main point was, let's shun tribalism. Let's focus on pursuing good governance. Let's not be divided according to our tribes. Yeah. And kuna mtu alisema aje, let me just say this before you end the show. We should focus on historia, what do we call it? Sikumbuki jina mnatumianga, but let's talk wherever you go, preach the nini of good governance. Watch stories za mtu wetu ziishe. Yes, civic education. Yeah, what do you understand by civic education? Let it go beyond the constitution. Yeah, teach people about the constitution. Also, let it go beyond the constitution and teach people that a particular tribe can even be better than your own tribe. Yes, and natupigane na hao wazee, hao watu wa 19s, hao those people when we were born without them in power, then their siblings came and they are in power. Tupigane na wao. Let's have a whole new, if possible. Yes. You have a blessed Sunday.
Oh, thank you, Beatrice. Guys, mimi sitaingilia vita ya Antichrist na Christians. Vita yangu mimi ni William Samoei Ruto. Let's be honest. Mambo za Antichrist na sijui na Christians, hizo sisi zetu. Pinches, back to you.
Hanging out with your new besties. I'm the mayor, Damon, and the oldest, deadliest family of vampires moves into your town.
Pinches.
Yes?
Well,
Anaitwa Pinches. Kuna mtu anaitwa Pinches, si Beatrice. Pinches.
Yes, sir.
Wewe
So, nafikiri namalizia before you adjourn. I'm really echoing what my sister said. And going to church cannot be a strategy, and it can't. So let's think otherwise. Let's think other strategies and avenues. Once we start going to church, we are now becoming poor in terms of strategizing. So I would echo that we should sit and think around other avenues. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you. Solomon. Okay, Kawanjiko.